For weekend after weekend, we've been talking about low pressure in control of our weather, but not this one. We're going to have high pressure moving in, bringing many of us a fine spell of weather. Now, it doesn't look that optimistic when we look at the pressure pattern to start with through Friday. One area of low pressure sitting right over us and another deep one up towards Greenland. Now, this is the most important player because that is continuing to head its way northwards because the jet stream is going up this way, and that is allowing the low pressure across the UK to be replaced by an area of high pressure, and that will mean that most of us have fine weather this weekend. The main exception will be where this dangling weather front brings cloud, rain and also some fairly strong winds to the far north of Scotland. But for most, this area of high pressure will bring fine weather and will also introduce warmer air as well. So temperatures ticking into the mid-20s perhaps in places this weekend with some sunshine. Okay, let's rewind the clock and look at Saturday and Sunday individually. We do start with an old weather front bringing quite a bit of cloud across some central areas, and it won't be completely dry on Saturday. There is the chance of one or two showers, and some places will take a while to brighten up after a misty, murky start, but generally we're looking at sunny spells for much of the UK by Saturday afternoon. The sunshine fairly hazy over northern Scotland as that weather front approaches, and it will turn a bit breezy in the far northwest, but for most we've got light winds. We should see some decent spells of sunshine coming through, and that will lift the temperatures in most areas over 20 Celsius. In the southeast we could hit 25 degrees Celsius. It will feel cooler in the far northwest with a brisk breeze and the cloud increasing here, and that weather front likely to get a little closer through Saturday night and Sunday. The isobars are squidging together, so the winds will be picking up across northern Scotland too. But elsewhere, there's the high pressure. With high pressure, of course, the air is generally sinking, so overall it's going to be another fine day. Getting to the time of year, though, where the nights are getting long enough for some mist and fog, so again, perhaps a murky start to Sunday. That should clear through the morning reasonably quickly, and then we'll see some decent spells of sunshine. It will be a slightly fresh start as well, some cooler air in place initially, but there's that weather front bringing some spots of rain across the Northern Isles, the Western Isles, and maybe the far north of the mainland too. So the sunshine hazy where we see any across northern Scotland, but for most other places we'll see some lengthy spells of sunshine, probably Sunday the sunnier day of the two this weekend, and almost certainly it'll be the warmer day of the two as well, with temperatures more widely into the low 20s, 25, maybe 26 Celsius across the southeast, and I'd say more widely over 20 Celsius elsewhere. So turning a bit warmer this weekend, turning sunnier, and most places will have a dry one, and that fine weather likely to last into next week as well. More details, as always, make sure you're following the Met Office right across social media.